All right. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? So today, let me just get to the story, right? This story gonna be about this. So originally, damn, I got the bike going. I'm not gonna spill the beans and say what the speed is. I mean, it is what I expected and what I wanted, I think. But as you guys know, I had a kill switch. I didn't have the ignition, I had the kill switch. So since I had the kill switch, um, I continue it, and I had it installed, and everything was peachy and sexy. I went out for a ride, and guess what? The bike fucking caught on fire. Like literally, smoke coming out, sparks, and just horrible, horrible smell. And mind you, the bike pushes only 50 amps. No, we can say 50 amps. I mean, you can literally get killed with 1 amp or half an amp. But it runs 50 amps continuous and 100 amps peak. Now, when do you use the 100 amp peak? Usually when you go up the hill or when the motor has to actually use some power to push you up the hill or whatever. Anyway, I'm not gonna blab about it. So this was the original switch, kill switch, right? So you press it, that thing comes out, and the bike is disabled. And you would have to look for it, see what the kill switch is to in order to put the bike back on. And now put it back on, and the bike rides, lights up, it's activated. Now, if you guys don't believe me, there was a fire. This is what happened when either 50 or 100. Well, no, this was 100 amp that did it. This wire is completely melted. Okay, this wire was probably good maybe for 30 amps, not for 100. And I got so scared when this happened that it wasn't even funny. I was literally told I damaged my battery, I damaged my controller, I damaged my screen. I literally thought that it was the end and over of the project that I've worked for about a year and a half to 2 years. Now, so imagine why they use copper wires or tinted wire. So the difference between copper wire and tinted wire is that um, copper wire has better flow of current, unlike tinted. It will still withhold the amps, but the speed travel of the current is going to be much less. But this is completely done. Alright, so one entrance is loads, and the other one is battery. So pretty much what it does, it just creates a loop. It still goes into positive, positive. So what happened? This is like a breaker. When you do this, the power stopped floating in a circle. Okay, so it breaks the circle. So I'm originally thinking of leaving it off for right now and see what happened. I actually found out what the password is for the bike other than the 1801 for original. There's another password, and believe it or not, there's a password for the screen. So I'm going to shoot a video tomorrow about that. And yes, I'm going to reveal the builds, the final builds. Today I tucked in the wires. You'll see how I did it. I actually had to do it underneath the bike. The controller is outside. Okay, it's no longer inside. Was it ever inside? Yes, it was. It was inside. And I had to fabricate the battery component, this and that, blah blah blah. And that caused me to make a decision to move my controller outside because the battery is so big, as you saw. Um, do I like the performance of the battery? Yes. Easily 5,000, no problem. At one point I saw 7,000 watts. It was ridiculous. The motor, after riding pretty much full throttle for for over 45 minutes, about an hour. Wasn't hot. It was warmish, warm. Okay, it was hotter than warm. How was that? Okay, so it was not hot. It wasn't warm, but it was uncomfortable to the touch. You wouldn't be able to hold your finger on the motor for too long. So I kind of have to be careful how strong I go on it because it does. It is so funny because uh, literally, if you look at the specs of the battery and the controller, it'll say um, 3600 watts, right? We're taking the 72 volts. We are multiplying that by 50 amps, right? So that's 3600 watts. Now we have 83 or 84, whatever, somewhere there. Multiply that by 50. You know, we got a little bit more than 4,000. So when the battery's fully charged, the bike's got a nice kick. Let's just say it hits 50 miles an hour, no problem whatsoever, or comfortably. But I completely think 50 miles an hour is way too fast. I do not feel comfortable at 50 miles an hour, especially on a small bike like this. The bike is extremely stable. It's nice and heavy. Okay, the battery doesn't wobble, doesn't move forward, backwards, sideways. Okay, you'll see how I did it. I have those two white door stoppers that make my battery nice and stiff inside the frame. It is so heavy that it's not going up or down. I did put plexi underneath, and also I put in the back. I'm gonna bring that plexi in. Hold on. So I got the plexi in. It just came from a cold. Outside was really cold, so it's got different. But this is how thick it is. It's a good thickness. It doesn't bend. You know what I mean? It doesn't bend. So this part is cut out. Okay, and this is what I used in the at the bottom of the battery and the back. So at the bottom, I have two screws that they have a head about a quarter inch. That when this sits on, the battery doesn't get punctured. And the back, of course, it has. Let me load this. It has also support in the back. So if it does go up, it has to come down, and this is the bottom of the battery. It will hit, and nothing will happen. Pretty thick. So that was that. So yes, gotta, with the 50 mile thing, you gotta, guys, be careful. It's I like the thrill, for a little bit. I would not want to do it continuously. I I believe 40 miles is still at some certain parts of the road uncomfortable. It's just a lot of speed for any bike. And yeah, I mean, I guess the guys that ride motorcycles, I don't know how they do it, but it's funny when I come from work, I don't go more than 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, and I sit in the traffic. That's hilarious. And also when I go to work, it's a little bit different, but it's funny that these bikers that go 60, 70, 80 miles an hour go between cars. That's just scary. But I get you get used to it. So long story short, my plan is had a little issue going with my car. It seems like I am going to be forced to use my bike to go to my work, and it is chilly in the morning. We talking about 5:30 in the morning, 5:45. Usually I leave, uh, or probably I leave at 6 o'clock. I gotta see what's going to happen. But that's the looks of it. That's I gotta take my bike. It's gonna be kind of awkward. I have to measure the distance, which way I'm gonna go. I don't have a phone holder, so it's like kind of like not good whatsoever, But somewhat I know the road that I took before, so I might be able to complete that. But anyway, so I will I would try to definitely use this. I still gotta check the screen password because it's funny. It's asking me for screen password, but the throttle works. One, two. My throttle is so touchy. There's a settings in the controller in the display controller, the computer controller display. There's a setting for the throttle, and I have it at 0. And the minute I touch it, it's like very torquey. It just goes. So I gotta take that off. I gotta put it back on number 5. I just thought that it would be, I guess, what happens? Just boom, on demand. So I'll probably put it at 5 back to where it was. And once I have that done, hopefully that trigger won't be so triggery. So yeah, guys, this is like an extension cord. This is good for 110 volts, but it's not good for 100 amps. But it is funny because it did burn. It did happen when I was going at not a huge, well, it was a big hill. It wasn't a small hill. And I looked, I looked at the display. This is right after I made a left turn from my house, and there's a hill right up the hill. And I looked down because I was losing power. I'm like, what's going on? I'm going up the hill and slowing down. Like, that's impossible. And I looked down. It says, oh my God, communication error. And then it says the 808. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me again? I just got a brand new freaking battery, which originally I thought it was the battery in the other bike. And now I get the same error code. That's ridiculous. How did I get rid of it? And then I just, what's that smell? I look underneath my butt, and it's like, boom, smoke and fire. I'm like, holy shit. And that's what it was. So, guys, I say, man, don't go below 8. I mean, don't go below 8. Go at least 8 gauge because copper, because this is crazy. You can get copper wires at eBay, and that won't be a problem. But this is ridiculous, guys. Look what the current of amps, the power of amps that goes into this controller, into this motor. It's like unbelievable, unheard of. It's just. I mean, when I took this out, I had to completely take this out, bypass this. I took it out, bypassed it, because nothing was working. And believe it or not, it was causing a short circuit because these wires, they touch together, and it was causing a short circuit. And so lucky that this controller, this 72 volt system, it has such a smart way of detecting that there is a short, and it just disconnects itself and doesn't allow it to go through. So it is excellent. Look at this. This is ridiculous. It's completely melted, So yeah. But I took it completely out, and now the bike screams. I mean, the bike is a beast. There's no way somebody would expect that. When I went for a ride, I've had cars, and they were like, all like, oh, come on, man. I see they curse me out, this and that, and you know what? I'm like, oh, yeah, really? All right. Throw them down, throttle in, and I was gone. I was completely gone, okay? So, it's just funny when people look at you like, what the hell is that? Like the guy pulled next to me was like, bro, what is this thing? I'm like, don't worry about it. Anyway, so we gotta try to do this, and by then I have to buy probably like a throttle, not throttle, but a brake switch. So what happens is you got handlebars, brake lever, and you have a lock for your brake lever that always applies the brakes. And I would put that for the rear brakes. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta relax. It's a Saturday. Tomorrow I'm gonna find out what the hell happened to my car. I'll probably shoot a video. What the heck? It's just an interesting story with the COVID, the supply demand, the dealers charging you crazy money for piece of shit cars. The dealers not having enough inventories with brand new cars. The dealers don't have cars to lease. The dealers don't want to take the leases back after 3 years. I mean, man, I've experienced too many things like that within the COVID era. So what I'll do, I'll shoot a video tomorrow and tell you another dilemma besides my battery being not delivered first time. about this car. All right. So, oh, by the way, I got no gear. I got no rain gear. I got no helmet. I only got gloves. Oh man, I got no knee pads, no chest. Oh man, this is gonna be bad. But anyway, going to work, I'm thinking just taking side streets, not even a highway. That's crazy. Coming back, now the highway is fucking packed. It's bumper to bumper like in LA. Like I said, I don't do more than 20 miles an hour. Stop, go, stop, go. That is gonna be epic because no traffic lights. I can shoot steady, I guess 30 miles an hour on the shoulder and get to where I need to get. All right. All right, folks. Take care and check out another video.